It is early in the season, and we are reaching a critical moment in time for the Golden State Warriors. Yes, they've done amazing this season, right? But still, this time right now is incredibly critical. It actually might be more tenuous than we originally had thought, and that the Warriors' record indicates. Let's break it down a little bit, though. First, the Warriors are coming off of 2 straight losses, and they were bad losses. 2 losses that I would contend were the worst losses of the season. The Spurs and then the Nets. And it wasn't good. It was really not good. Is it time to pan? Okay, well, next, the Warriors tonight, and I'll get this video out before the game, but tonight the Warriors play a surging OKC, Oklahoma City Thunder team, a surging team, and the Warriors are going to be without Steph. Yes, Stephen Curry is out of the Thunder game with just both of his knees he's got minor injuries to both of his knees. I would say the exact injury, but I don't have it written down, and it's something like bilateral, something. But hey, it is nothing to worry about. He's just resting, as he should, because he's getting older, honestly. So, is it time to panic? Is it time for Warriors fans to panic? Because the last loss against the Nets was freaking brutal. It was brutal. Let me answer, is it time to panic, with another statistic, okay? Let me give you one other stat. The Warriors, since De'Anthony Melton went down with an ACL injury, he's out for the season, unfortunately. The Warriors are 3-3. Their winning percentage is .500. They're a 50% chance. It's a coin flip whether they win or lose this current roster without De'Anthony Melton. If they lose tonight, they could also win. I'm expecting a win. I mean, it's next man up. They would be 3-4 without De'Anthony Melton. Now, in a vacuum, if I told you that this current roster, this is a roster, and I give you the names, this roster is 3-3 or 3-4, and nobody's coming back from injury. Nobody's coming back because they don't have Melton anymore, right? I would definitely panic, because I would say, who the heck is where's the point of attack defense coming from? Gary Payton, of course, Andrew Wiggins, Podziemski's tries. I don't think he's there yet, honestly, defensively. He's there position-wise 100%. I don't know if he's there with regards of staying in front of an incredibly quick and slithery type of guard. So we will see. But I think, in my opinion, luckily, the Warriors, my opinion, my answer to should we panic? No. And this is why. The Warriors have worked up enough good faith, with me, at least, in the fact that they're still like 12-4, okay? If the Warriors weren't 12-4, I would definitely panic. But this is a record that doesn't necessitate panic mode whatsoever. In fact, the Warriors have one of the better records in the league. It doesn't make sense to me to panic, even though, of course, like I said, without De'Anthony Melton, the Warriors record is at .500. That's a fact. So here at C-Train Station, we love griping and stuff like that, right? But hey, I am a solution-oriented analyst and commentator and C-Train, okay? I have 2 solutions for the Warriors, and these 2 solutions for the Golden State Warriors, I believe, are not even the biggest addition. Look, I'm not asking them to get Giannis, right? I'm not even asking them to trade for Cam Johnson, okay? These are 2 solutions that I believe, if everything sticks, there's no reason why. I think the sky's the limit for where the Warriors go with these guys. First solution, sign Markelle Fultz. I don't know the feasibility. I'm not sure what's up with that. The Warriors conceivably could have an injured players exception, a roster exception, to where they could sign. They would have money to where they could sign a free agent. Also, or another possibility is that the Warriors could use De'Anthony Melton's roster spot. They could actually trade De'Anthony Melton. They can still trade him, okay? for somebody who's able to play this year, unfortunately, right? So the Warriors would conceivably trade Melton and another asset for a player who is not injured and capable of playing on the roster right now. Okay. Markelle Fultz. I believe that Markelle Fultz could be, in an ideal world, and this is stretching it, but this is an ideal world, and I love to live in that world, could conceivably have the same trajectory as another former lottery pick. Another tall point guard, didn't have the best range, great defender though. Sean Livingston. I think that both were lottery picks marred by injuries, both big guards who can really defend. I think Markelle Fultz would be amazing on the Warriors. I actually see Markelle Fultz as having a De'Anthony Melton type of impact with the cap. He's just not as good of a shooter as De'Anthony Melton. Good news. The Warriors have a lot of good shooters on their team. Okay? Wiggins, Draymond is shooting well from beyond the arc. I know. Don't ask me about, okay. Like Steph, of course, Lindy Waters, Buddy Hield, Moses Moody. Okay? I think they're okay in that respect. If I told you that I could get you a point guard or a guard who can defend, point of attack defense, done and done. Markelle Fultz is an amazing defender. He's an amazing point of attack defender. I'm sure that the Warriors have already talked to him and his people, honestly, and that he just, like, honestly, maybe might want more money than the Warriors have to offer, or he's like waiting for LeBron to call him or something like that. I'm only sort of kidding. That's just how the league goes, it seems like, right? Fultz is able to defend, and the Dubs defense is the thing that's been wanting the last few games. I believe that the Spurs came back from 17 or whatever, and also that the Nets came back from 17 or whatever, not because the Warriors weren't able to exchange, go tit for tat in terms of offense, but because the Warriors were unable to get stops. If you followed C-Train Station, getting stops, playing defense is my number one. It is literally half of the game, and I believe it's more than half of the game. Defense, defense, defense. Markelle Fultz gets you defense. Defense is a thing that has prevented the Warriors, in my opinion, from winning the last two games. Markelle Fultz really solves some problems. And while we're saying, hey, what are you talking, C-Train? Fultz he's not a good shot. Why were you? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant because the Warriors have the shooting to counteract that. No problem whatsoever, in my opinion. Like, seriously, the Warriors can score. It's whether they can defend. This is my second one. My second addition that I would do for the Warriors, if in an ideal world, and this one, I'm going to go on right, this one I believe is almost a light years type move. Again, I believe that this move would be a light years type of move from the Warriors front office. Acquire Jeremy Sohan. Jeremy Sohan is injured from the Spurs. He is a 6'8", 6'9", 230-pound player. I hope that the Spurs thought the Warriors did them a good by letting Chris Paul sort of go, and then he signed with them, right? It's not like the Warriors traded him, Chris Paul, to the Spurs, but the Warriors let Chris Paul go to wherever he wanted and let him out of his contract, and then he came to the Spurs. Okay. I get it. Also, not to be weird, Pop and Steve, there's a Coach Pop and Coach Kerr connection. But look, Jeremy Sohan, listen to this. This is very important. The man can effectively play and guard 1 through 5. Yes, Jeremy Sohan he's not the best, but he is legitimately capable of playing 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. I believe he's positionless in the best way. He's so versatile that he can play every position. How about that? How about I say that? So he's a more than capable defender, and I believe that he is a gettable asset. I don't think that the Warriors would have to break the bank for him, and that the sky's the limit for Jeremy Sohan. If you don't believe me, YouTube one of his last games versus the Rockets and watch what he does to Alperen Sengun. One more time. Jeremy Sohan straight up bodies Alperen Sengun underneath the basket, and dunks on him, just a straight up vertical body, all about strength, the Polish power from Sochan, and he has that. He definitely has it. So Jeremy Sochan is like he's got shades of so many different players who have been effective on the Warriors. But the bottom line, I believe here, for stats purposes, I believe that he averages something like 16 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists a game. That will only go up as a member of the Warriors. One more time, those stats will only go up. Go look at Jeremy Sochan's stats. Remember that he can play every position. And then don't tell me that the Warriors shouldn't get him. The Spurs have been effective without him. I believe that there's absolutely an in with Jeremy Sochan, and he is, and I've said this already before. So for me to say this twice, that means something. And it's like, look, the Warriors have been searching for like a Franz Wagner type of player. Sochan is like Wagner. I believe he can be better defensively, better on the boards, better down low. He's not as good of a shooter and creator as Wagner. But look, I mean, I'm saying that the Warriors could probably... Jeremy Sochan could legitimately be had for not... He can be had right now, okay? Full stop. He can be had. I do not know if Jeremy Sochan will be able to be had at the end of the season, because I think it's just going to be sky's the limit. I think his value is only going to appreciate. Real quick regarding Steph. This is an interesting one. Regarding Stephen Curry, Mr. Stephen Curry. So it appears as though Steph is only going to play maybe 27 to 29 minutes a night. That's what it appears that he's playing 29 minutes a night. And he's already picking up knocks, and he's already been injured, and he's already picking up like residual injuries. That's why he's out tonight, right? That's only like, that's like 60% of the game. So the Warriors don't have any other clear-cut superstars, or how about this, players who can go get a bucket on the line against top-tier defenses. And their only player that does it plays like a little over half the time, but that's legitimately it. In a league where a team like the Suns can have an all NBA killer on the court for 100% of the time, listen to me, Booker or Durant can be on the court 100% of the time, either or, okay? While Golden State literally only has one superstar player that's only on the court half the time. I didn't think about that because I didn't know that Curry was going to play this little. I guess I didn't check it as I don't know of any. Okay, here's for reference. Chris Paul is 39 and he's about to turn 40. One more time. Chris Paul is almost 40 and he averages as many minutes as Steph Curry does this season. So I get that so what's happening is the Warriors are going to be incredibly, incredibly safe, and essentially in terms of physically, they're going to coddle Steph Curry until they get into the playoffs. And hopefully they reach the playoffs, because that's what I'm saying. It is going to be incredibly difficult to only field one star who only plays, right? So it's not that the Warriors only have one star. It's that one star plays like 60% of the time. Don't know if that's enough. The Warriors, here's the thing. With the way that the Warriors roster has responded, and this is the reason why I'm saying it, when Steph Curry hits the bench, when he hit the bench against the Spurs and against the Nets, they came all the way back and won. Okay? That isn't repeatable for success. I believe that right now, that the Warriors roster is making an incredible claim, an incredible case, that they need another star-level talent on their squad. And unfortunately, that they are willing to sacrifice some players for that, okay? I'm not ready to do that yet because Jonathan Kuminga didn't play the last few games. I want to see how Jonathan Kuminga can steady the bench in terms of scoring. However, the Warriors may not have time. It seems like Kuminga's out, then Steph's out, then you don't know what's going to happen. The Warriors need to definitely right the ship. No alarms going off right now. But look, on the radar, you can see the dots now. You can see that this is not a good thing. Like, you can see the dots on the horizon on the radar, and it's like not a deep, beep. This is not good. Picking up negative stuff. For the Warriors, though, I said I would take at least 3 losses in a row to move me to even consider changes. So let's see how tonight goes. It's going to be really good. In the comment section, let me know what you think. Okay, let me know what you think about Markelle Fultz being a Warrior, and let me know what you think about Jeremy Sochan. But if you have something incredibly negative to say about Jeremy Sochan, that's fine. You can say that you don't think he's going to fit. However, you should say, after viewing Sochan dominating Sengun in the post, I believe that. Okay? So before you make a comment about Sochan, watch his game. Watch his highlights against the Rockets. Watch what he does against bigger players. This is going to be a really, really interesting stretch coming up for the Dubs. They got the Timberwolves like 10 times, the Suns, OKC, and I'm going to be along for the ride, and I'm going to take you along for the ride too. So, of course, for your Golden State Warriors content, like, subscribe. Please subscribe. It helps me. This is what I want to do with my life. Like, subscribe, follow, and I will see you next time at C Train Station.